When Helen Hill was murdered in New Orleans in 2017, there was a huge outcry about the uptick in violence. 6 people had been murdered here in 24 hours, and that was coming on the heels of increasing crime after Hurricane Katrina. The National Guard were here helping to patrol New Orleans streets, and residents of this city had had enough. Even with that frustration and that showing of exasperation on the part of the citizens, them demanding more from the criminal justice system, we found some major mistakes were made in Helen Hill's case in those early days. When I was looking through this file, those problems that I discovered with the Hill case are things that have plagued it for the last 20 years. And Helen Hill's family is really wanting some more urgent action from New Orleans police. They knew that at the time it was difficult for police. The family of Helen Hill was very understanding about that at the time. However, they are wanting some more action from New Orleans police to see if there's anything that they can do now to try and catch Helen's killer. Helen's husband and her brother came to town a few years ago and met with New Orleans police to get a big chunk of the investigative file. Families of murder victims are entitled to a look at the entire file after 10 years. They wanted to see if there was anything they could do in order to get justice for Helen and her young son. Not only was she shot, her husband was shot 3 times during the break-in. Police have never named a suspect publicly in this case, but they did work through a lot of leads. Those are a lot of the things that I'll be digging into in my investigative documentary series, Mystery in New Orleans, Helen Hill, is streaming starting June 15th.